Mesachta Chullin Daf Yud Beis Amar Aleph.
One subject.
We're starting from the fourth line from the top. Yesterday we were learning about from where do we learn out of the Rave, which is Leisel Kaman, that we go according to the Rave. Even the Rave was nicht faruns like by Yibam or Yivama.
How many did we have? 10, right?
How many answers in Mekairis? We brought 10, but 3 of them were abgeschlagen. But the other 7 were good. Rav Nachman said in the name of Rav, Ra Echot Sheshochat. One was like supervising, and he saw this person shecht. If he saw him shecht from the beginning till the end,
It wasn't a Mashiach, it just passed by.
yeah, but I'm saying
just
he
passed by when
was,
he saw
and he
everything.
saw everything. So he's like, that's why I call him a mashgiach.
I just went a gabo. Ik sta voorbij te gezennen.
No, it is in the can't. No, he had to be a gabel. He had to watch the whole thing. Mutalach mishchitase. Yamos then he can eat from his shchita. Vim lam.
Who could eat? The guy that saw
Whoever, and you can rely on him as an aid that he slaughtered the behemoth right.
it. How does he know if he saw it right? Maybe he did.
He says how it was slaughtered, and
So he has some ideas.
yeah. We're gonna get to it.
He's a sheikh himself.
Yeah, him love, and if not, if not, it's forbidden to eat from his shchita. Fact, you want to how is the case talking
Why
about?
can't you finish? I was a sheikh, right?
Oh, so wait, Hechidam. In fact, what is the case talking about? Either Yad the Gamor, the Gamir. If it's talking about somebody who knows shchita and he knows the halachas of shchita, he knows how to shecht and he knows the halachas of shchita, and he doesn't faint when he shechts. Also, why does he need somebody to see from mitchilav atzayiv how he shechted? Who cares? If he knows it himself, we can rely on him. The yada the loigaman. If it's talking about a case where we know I can go nish nothing, he knows nothing. Is pshita it's not going to be good, then you need somebody to watch from the beginning to the end. If not, it's for sure.
You don't let him sheikh altogether.
Or you alone, or is even Agabov, if he watches from the beginning to the end, it's going to be good. It's only talking about the Vesnish. We don't know if he knows the halachas or not. And he shechted. So he says, if there was somebody that saw the whole thing, the shechita is good. And if not, it's not. Let us say, here's another rave. Let's go on the rave. Those that are ready to shech, he must be a mumche. So why should it be taka asa? Tanya, have we not learned in the Braisa? If a person found that Tanagilas shchut bachutz, a chicken that was already geschochten outside, or the Balabayas said l'shluchei to his shliach, say shchait, go out and shech for me this chicken. Beholach, and the Balabayas went and what's the shochen? And he finds it's already geschochten. He doesn't know if the shliach did it or somebody else did it. He told the shliach, but he came outside. He didn't see the shliach. He sees his chicken is slaughtered. We could say that it's chazaka that whoever shechted it, I don't know if it's a shliach or not, it was shachet kedasu kedin, and we can eat from the chicken. Alma, so we see amrina between shchita. Why would we say in a chicken, we don't even know who shechted it, and we say it's kosher? Obviously, we go with the reiv. That the reiv mitzuyin, it's a shechita, a mumchim. Sagt die Mara, achanami, leima, reiv mitzuyin, it's a shechita mumchim. Why do we need somebody to watch from the beginning to the end? Say that the reiv, if he went to shecht it, obviously he's a mumchim. Sagt die Mara, leilam, the yada de loigama. We know for a fact as a is God nicht.
This guy was saying,
Okay, going, and he knows nothing. Okay, going the shacht kamon, chatzim and shape. It's talking about that he watched at the beginning. It says, you remember, it says ra im ra'o mitchila, but he says here it's talking about. Let's say he saw mitchila just. The shachet kaman chatzim and shape. He saw he shechted one good. He shechted one simin visabadav design. He saw he knows his stuff. So my the tema he doesn't have to watch at soif. I would say mitchila. Say he see at the tchila one simin at the geshachten good. He slaughtered well. So the tema I wrote said. With the high shapach nami shapach, just like the first simin at the geshachten visabadav design. So the second one he also he shechted right. Mashmalan, no. Hi, is for me, Samala. He had good luck. The first one he shechted right. He pushed out luck.
The second one wasn't?
Aber either Shamashor,
Why would you say that?
Shamadaras.
Guy had luck.
But the second one, maybe he
The
did
daughter,
Shia, he
yeah,
waited a little bit, or Doras, he pressed down. So that's why you have to be not just mitchila, that's why you have to be the old mitchila. We had safe. I just want to be medaik in the words.
What kind of lotion is it?
What's that? I'm being medaik in the words. That's why you need to know. Oh, mitchila, nishtam mitchila. They add safe till the end. Now, what's your question? Yes.
I mean, you see somebody when you have luck, like Shkita, we're going to rely on luck and say, you're going to eat treif, right?
Right. So that's why we need him to watch mitchila, not safe. Okay. Boy, the Gemara asked the Shaila. Boy, Rav Dimmer, Rav Yosef, Rav Nachman. Rav Dimmer, Rav Yosef asked the Shaila from Rav Nachman. One who says to his own to a shliach, say ushchait, go out and shach for me this chicken. The balabais went out and what's a shachet? He doesn't know if it was the shliach. He found this chicken. Yeshach, what's going to be the din? So should we be concerned? Maybe somebody who's not a bucky went and shachted the chicken and shouldn't be kosher or not? Amalei Rav Nachman answered to Rav Dimmer, Rav Yosef, cheskasher shachut. It's bechazaka. Here you have a chazaka. Ruba v'chazaka, Ruba adet. But here you have a chazaka. Anyway, it says cheskaseh is shachut. That it was the and the behemoth is mutar b'achila.
You can't tell if it's like a shachni behemoth?
No, you could. But if it was geshachtim yisabadav design, we don't know. So we said the chazaka was good. He says, Rav Dimmer, Rav Yosef, yes, another kasha. Let me ask you a similar. You're saying chazaka, a person does his shlichus. So look, because, and that's why we're relying that the shliach taka had geshachtim.
Yeah, he said the proper shliach. No, that's what we say.
Yeah, and also we say chazaka right? That a person goes and he does. What's if he says to shliach, "Tzei utrein, go out and take off truma from my tfuah." V'holach umatzatarim. The balabais comes home and he finds the truma was taken off. Now,
So it's good.
he doesn't know if the shliach did it or not. What's going to be the din? It could be somebody else did it.
But, as long as the thing was done, it's good. No?
Oh, not so fast. No. Amalei ein cheskasei torim. We say it's not the chazaka that the shliach did it, and the balabais has to take off
Again?
truma, because by truma,
There's no
it's
shia, special shia on truma.
huh?
Chita achas paiteres sakriya.
Yeah, but we say one for. We don't know what he wanted to give. He has to be medas balabais. One from 40, one from 50, one from 60, right? And we know Zuma on al his das. He knows what the balabais wants. Came tarimu gam atem to Hashem. He learned out from gam. Lerab is the shliach, and the shliach has to do it medas balabais. Here it wasn't medas balabais. Oh, so we have to know if the shliach did it. So manavshach, thank you, manavshach. I chazaka shliach is shlichus say. If it's a chazaka that a shliach did his shlichus, so then I feel a truma nami. Why do you say by truma it's not good? It's considered as shloim medas, and he has to take off truma again. Why? Maybe the ein chazaka shliach is shlichus, and if the chazaka is not that a shliach does his shlichus, I feel the shchita namaloi. So by the shchita we should say it shouldn't be good, because maybe the shliach didn't do the shchita. When you'll measure me a whole kur of salt, then I'll show you that as is you can't compare one to the other.
What does it do with the salt?
It's just a saying. You ever hear a Talmud with Mulach, the Rebbe flex on Gesalzner Talmud? He's in all areas he's good. But okay, so another pshat was if he eats such a big amount of salt, meaning that which is very tasty, right?
Salt is tasty.
He says salt, yeah, it has a very strong taste. So he says even with the biggest svaris that you come up with, you'll never be able to compare shchita to truma. It's zwei Welten. Why? We're gonna first say that there's no chazaka. We don't follow the chazaka of a shliach does his shlichus in general. If he doesn't do his shlichus, ushchita. Why do we say the shchita was good? It could be it wasn't the shliach. He say chazaka. It's that chazaka. It's not a chazaka shliach does his shlichus. Says Inami Duma Ina Shachnina Shama Vazel Shachat. Let's worry that somebody else came and Shachten, so it shouldn't be good.
In other words, he sent him out to do a shlichus. He says, I'm a
Oh,
little
the other
afraid. And he
thing.
gets somebody else to do
So
it.
it's going to be by him two others, other Aleph, other Beis. He might do it, he might not do it. Lav Nafki, he'll do the shlichus. Aber Rei Metzin, it's a shchita, mumch. It doesn't matter if he didn't do it, he said, by shchita. Even if the shlich didn't do it, we can rely that the shchita was a good shchita. We could say that the shchita was a good shchita because of the Reiv. He holds of the Reiv. So he doesn't hold of chazaka, but he holds of the Reiv. So by shchita, it's Reiv Metzin, it's a shchita, mumch. But Truma, this is a problem. Maybe an outsider heard how he wants to take off Truma, and the outsider went ahead and did it without his shlichus. It's taking off Truma and Shalem Das, the Balabayis. Somebody who's telling Shalem Das, his Truma is not Truma, and we learn it out from the word Gam. Gam Atem has to be exactly like the Balabais. Okay. In fact, the Yamara Lema should we say Roiv Metsuyan Eitzel Shchita Mumchem Hein Tanoi. Let us say this Roiv that we say that by Shchita the Mumchim, let us say it's a Machlekas of Tanoim.
Why do you want to say that?
Oh, from the following Brisa. The Tanya, he says we learned in the Brisa. A person lost his goats, his chickens. That's normally the goats. They go on their free will. He can't control them.
With the chicken also?
Yeah.
Remember church right there?
I can something stuck over there. And he went. He's looking for them, and good news. He found them. Bad news. Okay, so what should he do? Rabbi Yehuda says, "Hey, you can't eat it. Maybe it wasn't Yeshachim Kilhugan." Rabbi Chanina, B'nai Rabbi Yisrael Mata, he says you can eat it. Rabbi says, between the two Tanaim, I'm going to choose one day of one like the other. He says, I hold like Rabbi Yehuda that it's usher if you found this chicken in the garbage can.
The garbage.
Outside garbage can. Why? Because Mistame wasn't geschachten, it's an avela, and that's why he threw it in the garbage. So, huh?
It was terrible.
Yeah. That says that it's kosher. He says, why will I agree to Rabbi Chanina, Rabbi Yisrael that the chicken is kosher? If he found it in the house, he didn't throw it out, so it must be it's kosher.
The sheikh brought it back into the house after the
Not the sheikh.
How did the chickens get into the house?
Yeah.
Into the kitchen. They put them into the kitchen.
After you shechted, you bring it home and you eat chicken.
After the chester, they walked home.
He took it home. So Kishimitzam Babayis, he agrees that it's kosher. My law, is it or not? But they themselves, meaning Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Chanina b'nai Rabbi Yisrael argue, and one says it's always aser, no matter where it is, and one says it's always mutter, meaning Rabbi Chanina b'nai Rabbi Yisrael always says it's mutter, and even if it's ba'ashma, and Rabbi Yehuda says it's always aser. So Marsa, Rabbi Chanina b'nai Rabbi Yisrael who says it's mutter, so that's why it's always going to be mutter. Omar Sava and Rabbi Yehuda always asks, he says, we don't hold of this Reiv.
Even if you found it in the house.
If you found it in the house, Rabbi Yehuda is going to answer it.
Because he holds it. We don't know who's going to get geschachten. If it was a mumcha or not.
Right. He doesn't hold up the Reiv. You're not mechlich to say that's the machlokes. You could say the Kuli Alma Reiv Mitzuin Eitzel Shchita Mumchem. Everybody holds up the Reiv. You're Mumcha. Ubabayis the Kuli Alma Loi Pli the Shadis. In the Shadi. In the house, if the chicken is in the house, you can eat the chicken. Ba'ashba Shabashuk. which is the derech to throw the nevelas there. Everybody will say it's awesome because for sure it was treif. That's why he threw it in the garbage. Keep pligi. Be'ashpa shebabayis. They're arguing where they arguing when it's garbage in the house.
The garbage pail.
So here you could either look at it as ashpa or you could look at it as bias. I'm just playing with the words, but I'm saying if it's ashpa, it's going to be asa. If it's bias, it's mutter. But ashpa shebabayis. We're
What
talking
kind of
about.
ashpa do you have in the house?
Yeah.
What kind
The
of
garbage can
The
throw
home,
it.
the home.
Sometimes you have too much meat, and you throw out the meat a little bit, and then you say, "Oh, what did I throw out? I'm hungry. I'll take it back."
Yeah.
But it's in the house. Once it's outside, I say by the tradition of the cats, forget it. Between the cats and the mice, you're not going to take a bath. So Masav Adam Asalahatam Livlase Ashvashabayis. Rabbi Yehuda says, listen, even a nevela you throw in the house, you don't throw it outside. You can throw it. If it's no good, you're going to throw it in the garbage in the house. If it's mamish nevela, he doesn't leave it in the house. He throws it all the way outside. Amama, Netana Gizot, Amar Rabbi said, Nidin Divre Rabbi Huda Shemitzam Be'ashpa. That Rabbi Huda that said it's going to be Aser is Be'ashpa.
We're outside.
Oh, my ashpa. What kind of ashpa are we talking about? If you're talking about the garbage that's outside, if it's outside, you said everybody says this mamish hanavela. So that's not what Rebbe's coming to say. He holds like Rabbi Yehuda. What is Rebbe saying? I hold like Rabbi Yehuda. It's going to be aser.
In the house.
That even if it's ashpa babayis, I'll have a din like ashpa, not like bias. I think it's nice to say ashpa babayis. I like that word. Ema sefer. If we look, it says in the sefer, "B'div Rabbi Chanina b'nei Rabbi Yosef Aglili shemitzam babayis." Rebbe says, I hold like Rabbi Chanina b'nei Rabbi Yosef Aglili that it's mutter. If he found it in the house. In fact, my bias, what do you mean if he found it in the house? If you're saying it's mamish, he found it in the house, not in a garbage can, on the table. I don't need Rabbi to say that. Even Rabbi Yehuda who asks, says chicken on the table that's not in the garbage. So everybody holds its mutter.
Oh, shit.
What is Rabbi coming to say? He holds like Rabbi Chanina, but Rabbi Yosef that's going to be mutter. Be'ashpa shebebayis, that even though it's in the ashpa, it has a din like bayis. So kasha the Rabbi ad Rabbi, which one? Rabbi was mechadish, he holds like Rabbi Yehuda, that ashpa babayis is aser. Rabbi was mechadish, that he holds like Rabbi Chanina, but Rabbi Yosef Agili, that ashpa shebebayis is mutter. He says himself, and they obey. He says, no, you're learning shot wrong. He says, Hachikama. This is the kavanah of Rabbi. When he said nidin, he said not benegay his shita. He's not coming to tell. He's coming to tell you in the machlekes between Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Chanina, nidin divrei Rabbi Yehuda, that Rabbi Yehuda himself will hold like Rabbi Chanina benoish Rabbi Yosef Aglili. I'm sorry that nidin ledivrei Rabbi Yehuda will come out like Rabbi Yehuda, even Rabbi Chanina benoish Rabbi Yosef Aglili will hold like Rabbi Yehuda. It's aser be'ashpa shabashuk if it's garbage in the outside. Sha'af Rabbi Chanina b'nei Rabbi Yosef Agili le'nechlik alov. Even Rabbi Chanina b'nei Rabbi Yosef Agili, who says normally it's mutter, he won't argue on Rabbi Yehuda. Ella if it's be'ashpa b'shabayis. Only if it's garbage in the house. Then he'll hold. Then Rabbi Chanina b'Rabbi Yosef Agili will hold its mutter. And Rabbi Yehuda will hold asa. But if it's ashba garbage in the marketplace, for sure, Rabbi Chanina will be made to Rabbi Yehuda that it's going to be asa. And the same goes, and he explains that Rabbi Yehuda will hold its mutter like Rabbi Yosef Rabbi Chanina in the house.
Didn't we just say this before, these words?
Yeah, but we broke it up in Rebbe. Rebbe is machriya one way, like, they're arguing always, he says. Oh. And Rabbi picks and chooses. Says Rabbi's not picking and choosing. Because if Rabbi is picking and choosing, he's contradicting himself. Because ultimately, the only place where they have the dispute, according to Rabbi, is by Ashba Babayis. Okay, but it's so Ashba Babayis. It comes out one way he'll hold like Rabbi Yehuda, he's machri like Rabbi Yehuda, it's asa, and one way he's machri like Rabbi Yisrael Rabbi Chanina, that it's mutter.
So what do we
One
say
way
at
also
the
one.
end of
So it can be says minay obey. So he says in the machlekes, he's explaining sometimes Rabbi Yehuda will be made that it's mutter like Rabbi Chanina but Rabbi Yisi. And sometimes Rabbi Chanina and Rabbi Yis will hold its also like Rabbi Yehuda.
Bias, they're both going to hold.
But Ashba Bais will be the machlekes. But
We'll be
machlekes. But Ashba Bashuk,
With allemaal.
the Rabbi Yis and Rabbi Chanina will hold like Rabbi Yehuda. It's also Babayis. Rabbi Yehuda who says nobody else will hold its mutter like Rabbi Chanina and Rabbi Yisi. But Ashba Babayis, that's where it's machlekes. Rabbi Yehuda says that it has a din like Ashba. And it's Aser, and Rabbi Chanina says has a din like Bayis, and it's Mutter. Says Gemara, we learned in the Mishnah, Hakol Shechtin Shchitas and Ksheira. Hakol Shechtin means you can shech lechatchila, and then in Shchitas and Ksheira means b'diavad. Chutz mechereshet v'katan, except mechereshet v'katan, Shema yikalkalu es Shchitasim. Maybe they will ruin the Shchita.
How?
How? Because they don't know the halacha. And they might do drisa, shehiyah. They don't know. In fact, the Gemara has Shema kilkalu loikatani. He doesn't say maybe they already made a problem. Maybe they will mekalkal. Ela Shema yikalkalu. Maybe they will make a problem. You're talking about lechatchila. And the Mishnah says ushchitras and kshed. It's talking about b'diavad. So what do you mean Shema yikalkalu of asid? Amarabba, Rabba says they say meres. You're not allowed to give a chereshet v'katan to shecht, even when achirim royim ma'isam, even when others are supervising. You're not allowed to give them lechatchila. But in this that we said in the Sefer b'di'evet is ksheira, is that taka will be kosher. The Shemi Kalkalu is only telling you that lechatchila you're not allowed to give it to a chereshet v'katan, even when there are other people watching over it. But the other, if they did it, it's going to be kosher. The kulan sheshachatu we learned, and everyone that had slaughtered v'achirim re'im oisa and others see it shchitas and ksheira. Now let me just tell you, we said the kulan is not talking about chereshet v'katan. We said, if it's talking about chereshet v'katan, the Gemara asked before, it should have said ve'in shachatu. What is v'kulam? And then the Gemara said it's talking about a different case. So Rashi says that v'kulam over here is including. He says it's not when it says v'kulam, it means not only chereshet v'katan but even others. But chereshet v'katan is included. So who is the Tana that says you don't need kavanah by the shchita, meaning that a chereshet v'katan are not badas? Who says that you don't have to have kavanah by the shchita? But Rabbi Nosson, it's Rabbi Nosson. The Tani Yeshaya Zeira, the Min Chavraya, like we learned Ashaya, the young one from the Bnei Yeshiva. In the following baraisa, it says Zorik Sakin L'Noyitzav HaKoisel. They used to throw the knives into the wall. Maybe even to keep it in the wall, they had a special wall, and it stuck into the wall. V'holcha v'shachta kedarka, and he was like a sharpshooter. He threw it, and it went on the behemoth, and he gave a cut. V'shachta kedarka. Rabbi Nosson Mashe. Rabbi Nosson said it's kosher. Chacham Paislin, and the Chacham say it's possible. So you see, according to Rabbi Nosson, you don't need kavanah for the shchita, because he threw the knife, he was misasing with the knife, and he made a shchita, and he said it's kosher. It says the Gemara, who tanila or who amala? Ashaya, this young Tana or Ameda, I'm not sure if he was Ameda or Tana, but he was Ashaya was from the Bnei Yeshiva there, from the younger Talmidim in the Yeshiva. He's the one that learned it, and he's the one that said halach Rabbi Nosson. In fact, Gemara, how could it be that it's kosher? Maybe you need it to go this way and back.
How could it go back? Go back.
So that's his kasha. How could it be kosher?
Yeah.
So the Gemara could have answered it was a long knife. The halacha is if it's a long knife, so one long knife could do the job.
One
How does it
shot.
go back?
You don't have to.
You have to
Do
go
one
back?
shot.
No, only the smaller knives. Here he brings down, because here, Because of Ashli Fiza Hayavsha Taritz, Kegoin Shahoisa Sakan Aruch Beshia. Could have been. He could have answered that. It was a long. Oh, but the Gemara gave a really beautiful answer. The Gemara says that Shaholcha Uba Kedarka. When it hit the wall, it bounced off and went backwards.
In a straight line.
In a straight line. He's a sharpshooter. He knew how to hit, and it should come back right away. We'll stop right here. Okay.
Okay, there it is.